So picking back up on the Hecate messages for Taurus Moon, the first card that we have out is Whale Song Resonating. I love this card. This card is such a card of alignment, and the blues in it just give this energy of like completely peaceful, and like the whale is like in its own little bubble, which is also kind of like reminiscent of the full moon too. So definitely bringing in that like water and lunar energy. I absolutely love that. Then we have Woodwives, which is adaptability in reverse. We have Group Think, or Mindful, which is Group Think in reverse. And then Deep Quiet, with meditation and stillness. And what I'm getting from these, like with Woodwives in reverse, this is like adaptability plus the mindful. This feels like there's this energy of like adjusting plans to fit a group. It almost feels like, like if you're going on like a group trip or something like that, and it's like, oh, well, I wanted to take, a train to get to this town when we land in the country that we mean to be in. And everyone else is just like, why would you want to take a train? Like you have to kind of adjust to other people. This is kind of giving this energy of like, don't bend. It's giving this energy of like stillness with the deep quiet for sure. It's like you're not necessarily moving, but you're also not bending or adapting to the space that you're in as well. This kind of reminds me of one of the last messages where the message was, even in a room full of other people, you get to be yourself. And with this mindful, mindful specifically gives this energy of like a hive mind, like going along with what the group is doing rather than doing your own thing. It's kind of like, like following trends and stuff like that. And there's nothing wrong with following trends. But if you're following the trends just to follow the trends, not because you think that it's fun, then it becomes overbearing. It becomes a burden. And then you're just doing what you think other people want to see from you. And that's not necessarily being authentic to you. So what this layer is requiring is for stillness. To take a step back from the outside influences and the outside noise. It's kind of also like retreating from receiving advice from others is what I'm getting heavy on this too. Because it's just like there's so much input, and these could be from, pretty reputable sources, but what is going on here is strictly for the individual. And so it's like one of those things, you have to use your own discernment. It's not to say don't take their, advice to heart or anything like that, but you need to take the time to step back to see if it really applies for you, which very much goes along with the resonating card. It's kind of like with anything. You have to decide if it resonates for you or not, because not everything is a one size fits all. And then we have Satira with Brazen. And this being right under the adaptability card, Brazen is about being bold, about taking a bold step, taking a bold action, being fearless and unapologetically just grand. And so with that being directly under the adaptability card, it's like it feels like breaking some sort of mold, like breaking some sort of like cookie cutter definition of something. And then we have, I'm gonna cover this up because I think that shows, but we have Iset with Surrender, and this is under the groupthink. And so with that, I'm getting like surrender whatever ideas come from a collective of people, because it's like there's too much going on, there's too much noise, there's too much clutter. This could be like world noise, it could be time for like social media detox, because mindful can mean that you need to take a break from like social media or something like that. And then we have miracles, which lends to the energy of like kind of releasing limitation with all these cards combined. It's like an energy of releasing limitation and being open to receiving. Kind of like stepping back from what other people's belief systems and understanding of how things work are, because something here is unconventional. Like your way of doing things is unconventional. It's not typical to the way that other people do things. And this is funny because this came out in a Taurus Sun reading a while back too, because this is a very like individuality type thing. And that was like a year ago that I even did that. But we have the Magician, clarified by the wedding. The situation involves marriage. And when I dropped out the Lovers card, I asked Hecate to like be very specific about what you mean this Lovers to mean. Because like that was the next card, is the Lovers. And so new love is what fell onto that. And I was just like, okay. So there could be like new loving energies, new romantic connection coming in that may actually involve some sort of like commitment. But when I saw the Magician with the wedding, this feels like a commitment to your own magic, a commitment to controlling your own reality with the Magician card. Because the Magician, with all the planets and everything, this is a card of mastery. And so committing to mastering your craft, mastering your own energy, is leading to these more loving spaces, to this new connection and these miracles that are coming in. And then we have the Fool, clarified by keep an open mind. And it says your soulmate may differ from your usual type. So this could be like an unconventional, I almost want to say love affair, this unconventional way of being, something that most would probably frown upon, which, you know, happens. And so with that, you can't take outside advice when you have unique experiences, which seems to be very common with the readings that I get for Taurus. Like Taurus seems to have, whether it be sun or moon, they seem to have like different experiences in comparison to others. And so when certain experiences are unique to you as the individual, you cannot verify anything with others. Like it's hard to be a first because you don't know how to proceed forward. You have no blueprint, you have no reference point, you have no, okay, well, this is what I wish I knew beforehand. You are jumping in as the individual. But the good thing about being the first is you get to write the rules for yourself. And if it's not something anybody else is doing, they can't tell you that you're doing it wrong if no one else is doing it. And that's like, you know, the wonderful thing about having unique experiences, because this is some pretty interesting energy and my freaking connection keeps dropping out. So you could be having issues with your connectivity and stuff like that. So that could be a sign too, to like kind of just take a break from social media in general. Like that could be it. But yeah, some of these people that may be giving advice might be giving advice not necessarily from a bad place, but from also a place of like scaring you into scarcity, and that's just not what's going on here. You have control of your reality, and it's time to lean into that, and it's time to commit to your magic, commit to your, you know, own energy, rather than committing to everything else outside of you. But anyway, I hope that helps.